Welcome in. Let's have a great day. I gotta adjust this camera a little bit here. Just a little. Just a little. All right, we're live. Let's make some money. Excited. Alright, yesterday's sell-off was pretty crazy. We spiked up and then sold off. Market opens in a minute here. Market just opened. Really interesting little wick there. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know. Fairly big bottom here. Market isn't doing a whole lot. We had that insane move yesterday. That started happening at 12.50. And that was a 5.58 to the 400-point sell-off. And we kind of just consolidated. All right. Now we got today's market open. Kind of hanging out here at the VWAP. VWAP is kind of... Overnight trading session was super random and weird. I mean, we have very sideways action. No clear highs. I mean, midnight open was... right here, which is very mid. Went sideways. London session opened. Broke through Asia highs. Kind of went sideways again, and then pre-market we got this weird V. So yeah, I don't know, I'm not gonna rush anything today. Let's be patient, find something that makes sense. I mean, if you look at here on the hourly, it's pretty tricky. Pretty tricky, pretty weird. We have the hourly high here. Yeah, be patient. Market's been open for 2 minutes now. Let's find a spot that makes sense and make some money. Opening print price being at the VWAP here. Good morning, Sylvain. Good morning, man. Doing great today. Hope you're the same for you. Doing great today, and I hope the same for you, brother. Good luck on the charts. How are you doing, man? Doing great today, other than the fact that this morning price action for Asia and London have been pretty weird and stagnant. Kind of completely sideways. We had that massive sell-off yesterday. Now we're just kind of hanging out. We're already below opening print price here at the VWAP. We kind of got back up to the top of this range, and now we're selling back in. Kind of expect this to continue down now. Strong selling so far. That's the man, Brett Gumont. We love to see him. Happy you're here, buddy. Happy Thursday. Hope you had a good night too. And right now we're finding some selling. Opening print price was 1164.63, and we're already 30 points below that. Finding some volatility, it looks like, this morning. Finding some volatility already. I think if we get a little pullback. Market's been open for 4 minutes, right? 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, now 4. Working on the 5th print. Working on the 5th print. It's also going very well. Thank you. Always in front of the graphics with the rage to win. That's it, Bubba. Always in front of the charts with the idea that we have what it takes. We do. Finding the bottom here. Nasdaq's just selling straight down right now. Was looking for a little bit of a pullback so we can find a spot to get in, but I'm gonna be patient here. Markets have volatility right now. I love to hear that, Sylvain. I love it. That's the mindset of a winner. Where did we get down to here? Asia low. We just sold the Asia low. We're getting a little bit of a bounce now. Kind of want to short the VWAP. Kind of don't, you know. Kind of want to short the VWAP. Kind of don't. You know what I'm saying?
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing. Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to...
Strong reaction from the Asia low here. We got all the way down to Asia low. Finding some reaction. Getting stuck back at VWAP. Let's see if we can continue higher now. Otherwise, this might just push right back down. Right back to opening print price to the 1163s. 21,163 opening print price. Finding a little bit of a reaction from the sellers. Getting pushed back lower. Excuse me. Already getting some pretty decent movement here on the NASDAQ. $15 points here feels tough, boys. I'm not going to lie about it. $15 points feels tough here. I'm looking for a short. I think we're going to take a short here at the top of this range. Really interesting price action. I mean, this is completely sideways, and now we're starting to get some range. Market's only been open for 7 minutes. Let's be patient. Let's be patient. Find something that makes a lot of sense. I still only technically have 3 because this guy didn't want to follow. Can I make that follow now? Bink. Yes. Okay. Well, now he's got back to the 4. I'll just pass it for this account. Really interesting last couple of days here we've had. Really an interesting last few days here, boys. This was kind of what I was looking at, actually. It's hilarious. Going sideways at the VWAP right now. Opening print price is still pretty much right here at the 63s, about 20 points below it. If we're not able to hold this, I'd predict Expect us to find some lower prices here. We know the EMA is now curling below VWAP. There it is. Gonna be a little bit patient. We've seen this a couple times the last few mornings where we just made this like pre-market move and then end up getting some extensions. So we're gonna be a little, you know, let's find something that makes sense. Get these accounts passed. No reason to rush. I don't mind a short here at the VWAP and the bottom. Try this trend line again. But yeah. Let's see what happens. Getting a push now to the 11,160s. We're at the EMA, at the VWAP. If we can't get above this, I'd expect us to continue lower. Small pop there to push us to VWAP. See if we can get some continuation now. If we can't get above this VWAP, I will be looking for a short. If we fail to get above this with a closure and some continuation, I'll be looking to find this bottom of this pre-market low here, which is already below Asia low. And we have some liquidity up here with previous day lows right here, but we already took that out. We already took out Asia day low, which makes me think previous day low, which makes me think we could actually go return to previous day highs, but let's be patient. We already got to sweep at this bottom. On the hourly, we didn't create. No, we just swept in and then swept right back out. So I don't mind that for a long continuation if we can. Previous day low has been swept. We're finding a little bit of pre-market action on that sweep, the manipulation, and now distribution. We're going to go for a VWAP long here. If we can get it, look for a little pullback, a little long into the VWAP. All we need is 15 points off of it if we can get in there. Having the EMA be like 8 points above us, I don't love, but we'll see if we can get a fill right now. Coming in quick. Coming in quickly at us. Slight bounce on the EMA there. EMA is curling. Just need a little tap here. Little tap here. All right. Got to see this EMA hold, the VWAP. She didn't want to hold for us, boys. She wasn't looking to hold for us. Did that other account follow now? Balance 48. Yes, it did. Great. All right. Well, we got one more try here. Let's find this winner, hey? I was really expecting this to continue to look for higher now that we broke through that VWAP again. See what this opening hold here. We have 2 minutes left till this first 15-minute range. I'm going to get this box ready to be drawn. Opening print price, but this is the low here. And this is the high so far. Look at us just get wicked out of that, boys. Criminal. Look at us just get wicked out of that. It's pretty painful. Price is back to the 69s. I'm going to try it again, I think, at the same spot. I think I got to try it again. Or at a spot that I do like. Looking for the expansion. Looking for the expansion. We got the extension down into this price. Be a little bit more patient here. If we can start getting some move, I'm going to take it. News in 1 minute. 45 minutes? Damn. Appreciate you, Thomas. Thank you very much, T-Nads. W T-Nads in the chat. What is that news? What was that news? It's not updated yet. Slightly missed there. A little lower than last time as well. Interessante, interessante. See the reaction from this news. Got 15 minutes for the first 30 minutes to close. This technically is our first 15-minute range now. Why did my box not hold? My box left. Going sideways at the VWAP again, like we have for the last few days. We find a little bit of movement, but then we're just kind of choppy. The fact that we got wicked out there is pretty painful. Pretty painful. Where does this get down to anyways? The 44s, yeah. Expecting some higher prices. Pre-market high, top of this range. But right now we're going sideways. Excuse me. Right now we are just barcoding. We already took a stab at it. Oh, it didn't work out. Excuse me. Now we just need to find a spot where it makes sense. EMA is still curling below the VWAP right now. We're almost perfectly at the opening print price and 50% of the range. So as of right now, that's a very balanced market. Nothing to do. Nothing to do here, boys. Very balanced. We are at the same price as we opened and halfway through the first 15-minute range. So there must be more news at 10 because these markets are slow right now.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Okay. Producer market index was over expectations. We have more homes at 10. Home sales at 10. Oop, didn't mean to do that. We got home news in 12 minutes as well, so may just be waiting for that. Yeah, look at the little thunderbolt at the bottom of your chart. Oh, cool. Sick. I didn't know that. Very useful. Thank you, Tim. So yeah, we have jobs coming or news coming out at 10. The home sales. So we'll see. Probably market's just going to be a lot more choppy sideways action until that actually happens. I mean, we're literally at opening print price still, so whole lot of nada. Whole lot of nada. We are slightly holding above the VWAP at the moment, so we'll see what happens here. EMA is also curling on it as well. Market's trying to reach a little higher, it looks like here. The PMI candle high is not extremely volatile. We only got to this spot here. Oh, you can click on them too. Oh, sick. Yeah, home sales, PMI, and then jobs. Yeah, sweet, dude. I did not know that. Thank you, Thomas. W. Timothy. Very useful. Very useful. And now we are still, as you can see, the EMA starting to slightly curl on the VWAP, but we're just very sideways right now. Barcodey. Barcodey. There's not even a really good range to buy either. So, first 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the market, we got to look for probably these home sales to come out before we get a decent little reaction. Nasdaq's trying now off the VWAP. About a 30 point push. Is that real? Yeah, 30 points off the VWAP so far. 40, pushing into the 200s, 21,200. Top of the 15-minute range is at the 218s. We got some decent volatility right now. Nothing crazy, but 100-point range right here just in this little bit. Pushing the top of the 15-minute range now. Will we find some continuation? Nasdaq's trying the 21,200s. It's about 40 points off the VWAP. We're finding a little bit of support. And we officially did just get a break of the 15-minute range. See if we find some continuation now. Pre-market high right here at the 230s, which we are now starting to pop. And then I think this is overnight high at the, well, it's technically pre-market high as well. So, okay. Nasdaq showing that we might be looking for higher prices. It's kind of what we were thinking, right? We had this sideways action overnight, swept through the previous day low here, reclaimed it pretty strong, got back above VWAP, and now we're kind of finding some support at VWAP here, pushing higher. I'm sweating while scalping. Getting those nerves going, get that heart fluctuating. That means you're learning, Sylvain. That means you're learning, brother. Boom. Pushing into the 260s now. We're still finding higher prices. I think our only job now is to look for a pullback. What did we take for a long? We took the 67s. And it got down to the 40s. So we were off by 15 points. No, 25 points. 25 points. Missed this move so far. Look for some pullback. Question is where? Higher liquidity. We have a couple spots that we could be looking at. Jobs comes out, or home sales comes out in 6 minutes now. Kind of feels a little crazy to take a trade before home sales, but we'll see. I think we're going to buy the top of the 15-minute range here. Kind of feels like suicide, honestly. More safe I want is like here, but I don't see us getting back below this EMA or below this 15-minute range, so... For now, we'll be a little patient. I kind of am anticipating this EMA to be the hold. Kind of anticipating that. We will see what happens once we actually deliver to this EMA. Maybe we dip into it slightly, but... Right now we're holding the previous pre-market high. Thank you. Couldn't get that one out. 217s means we'd be looking for the 243s to trade if we do get a fill here. I'm kind of thinking we're going to go a little lower. I want this previous overnight pre-market range here to hold. It's kind of what we're looking for, pull back into. We're going to be patient. Great traders are born of perspiration. Yeah, man. That's the struggle right there. That's the struggle. That's the struggle, Sylvain. We endure a lot as traders. Getting a pull into the EMA now and the 15-minute range. I really think this is safe for a try here. I does. However, I am still going to be a little bit more patient. See what happens. We're just going to get a tap into it like we just did. Didn't even try the 15-minute range. Getting some reaction still. The 21 250s. Nasdaq's up about 0.5%. S&P's down about 0.25%. 3 minutes till home sales. Nasdaq's leading the indices at the moment. Popping in the 260s, taking this previous high here. Another pop there. Ahead of the home sales, actually. Another little pop there ahead of home sales. Supporting this price for sure. EMA is acting as a catapult right now. An absolute launch pad. Pushing into the 280s now. Market's up about 120 points from opening print price. Our music got paused by some ads. Apologize. The worst type of ads. It's got 2 unskippable 15-second ads. Come on, YouTube. You got to do better. You got to do better than that. Into the 280s still. Decent pop there. Minute and a half till home sales comes out. This is the spot where the initial sell-off yesterday got a little reaction from and then end up selling off from. So NASDAQ about 10 points from 21,300 right now. Final 60 seconds till the home sales. EMA right now is supporting price pretty strong. After VWAP supported us, we kind of held VWAP. Now we're finding buyers are finding some excitement this morning, which kind of makes sense after the yesterday. We're already almost within yesterday's. Yeah, we are actually within. Yeah, we are. We're within opening print price of yesterday now. So pretty much that sell-off has been eaten. Still the 21,900s. Or, I mean, 21,290s. We're probably not going to get this pullback for an entry. Might be able to adjust it to like top of the range here. You know, we haven't been able to, we didn't even get in prior. Home sales is just out now. Fairly low reaction. Fairly low reaction so far. Nasdaq's reaching higher, just finding higher prices. Still failing to break into the 300s. We tapped it right there, but finding a little bit of reaction from the sellers. EMA is still pretty straight, starting around a little bit. I think we get probably a pull into the VMA. I don't imagine it. I'd say I don't imagine it just supporting price, but it already has, so it easily could again. Usually when they start being really sharp like this, you can kind of... It either means that we're just going to keep finding some extension, which isn't impossible. I mean, we've already swept previous day low, found some support. Now we can kind of target previous day high as the obvious trade here. About 200 points from 250 from where we're at. We're breaking into the 300s now. I'm really looking for one more pullback. One more pullback into here, and we're taking a long. A little pullback, find a little bit of structure with it, and then that will be our answer. For now, we wait. Are you trading just one account to get it caught up? Are you trading just the one account to get it caught up, or are you down on all of them for the day? All 5 of them I'm down on, Saucy. I made the one that was lagging follow the leader. Took the $1,000 down, so now they are all down. They're all one trade from busting, essentially. One trade from busting, or one trade from passing 4, and then I'll have one that will be a day away if we could get 26 points. Excuse me, sorry about that. So yeah, if we can get a trade that passes, we'll have 4 passed accounts, 1 lagger that we'll try to see what we can do with. Otherwise, the whole set of them will be gone if we cannot find a good spot. I like the pullback of where we're looking for right now. Over market, right on the 15-minute range, pre-market high, right below this previous support spot. Right now, though, I mean, that 10 o'clock news wasn't as nearly significant as this 9:45 with the PMI information. So right now, we're just going to be a little patient. We could just keep riding EMA up, but I want to see a little bit more of an honest test. 315s, finding some higher extension still, slowly inching up. The buyers are slowly inching up. With the volatility, you're probably going to find better luck with letting a level play than trying to find a candle setup to get in base off of it rather than resting orders. I like that. You're probably correct, sir. You are probably correct. Right now, I kind of want to see this 50%, or it looks like almost 50% of this range, this sell-off get filled. I think we're there for this, so see 50% of this sell-off get filled, and then from there, I feel like we could potentially set a high just for a short turn in, and then from there, reaction down into here. But you're probably accurate. We probably won't be benefiting from having resting orders. I mean, we already got cooked on that, so. To a T. Almost. Almost. We bounced right off the 115 level that I wanted to get into yesterday. Yeah, this was the absolute bottom. Overnight low, the absolute bottom, brother. 305s, a little bit of reaction. Still finding higher prices. I was in a short up a bit, and it cooked me because I didn't see it. You were in a short, looking for lower, and then the 115, yeah. Yesterday's price action was wild. Just some craziness, just some NASDAQ crazies. Starting to find a little bit of a support above on the EMA here at the 300s. We're basing above 300, means we could be looking for higher here. So in theory, if we stay in the longer term range, we go to 550. Yeah, I'm thinking we go revisit previous day high as well. I'm thinking we're going previous day high. I mean, we had this big sell-off. Pre-market or an overnight session was very stagnant. We ripped through previous day low here, immediately reclaimed it, tested overnight low again, found some support, got above VWAP, found some more support. So I definitely think the range that we're trading towards is the top of this previous day high here, which is why I'm looking for longs, which is why I'm trying to be patient, trying to find a spot where, you know, it makes sense that we'll get a pullback. I like what you said about just kind of letting some levels play out here, which is kind of what I'm thinking about this spot here, but we're going to be patient. 1007. Awesome. Finding some extensions still. Like I said, we're looking for a little bit of a pullback. We are anticipating higher prices to be found, but it's not going to just go straight up there, right? Here at the 326s. Just perfectly at this previous spot where that first sell-off reacted from. Got that sell-off bounce, and then from there we found some more continuation. So it's a spot where people are going to be at least observing on their charts. Reacting from it so far into the 300s roughly, and the EMA again. Part of me wants to short these 16s pretty bad, actually. But since we're holding the EMA, I cannot do it. Price still kind of basing above the 300s right now. EMA still supporting. Yeah, right there, for example, slowly lower 1 minute highs. So in theory, could have shorted like 23. Yeah, right there, for example, slowly lower 1 minute highs. Yeah. So the reason I was saying I wanted to short 13 instead of 23 on the 1009 candle. Yeah, I was gonna short the 1009 candle too, but I was gonna short the previous, like the previous shoulder, essentially on head and shoulder. So I was gonna short the yeah, like the 20s. And it would have worked. So yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at. I kind of just said that too, but it didn't. I didn't get in because Tyler said no. Why would I get in? Why would I wait? I'm also struggling to pull the trigger on a short right now, just because we are looking for longs. Like I am looking for potentially continuation there, but dipping in the 290s, that would have passed our accounts had we just taken that. Stings because I totally said that too. A little hezzy. Yeah, that would have been a great trade. That's how I get my precise entries. Yeah, no, that would have been sexy, bro. No doubts about sits. Just below previous candle high in the direction you want to go. Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd have been mint. Volume looks like we're slowing a little bit on the sell-off. Where do we set to? The 332s, which again was this previous spot here where potentially market could be reacting from. We getting a pull now back in to find some support. I'd expect like this price-ish to hold. So we're going to see. We're trying to get a fill at the 20s, 21,220. Don't know that we get down there, but that's kind of what we're looking at. It kind of feels a lot like yesterday in a way too, where we were like slowly going sideways right above VWAP before finding continuation. Dipping into the 260s now. About 40 points from the high. Nah, more than that. About 50 points from the high. As soon as we start seeing a wick or some reaction here, it's going to feel like we're debating on holding. I feel like our 220 order might not get a fill here. We might be a little short. I think I might really want like a 227, something like that. A little 227, a little 7 points higher. Getting a reaction here. At the 62s. I also want to short the retest of this EMA here. It's lower probability because you just don't know where this could retest. It could go retest the top of this range before pushing lower. So we're staying true to our looking for short here. The more we get a dip like this, the less in love with it I am. I'd like to see us kind of... I wanted to see... We might get a pull into the VWAP here. VWAP's pretty aggressively rising. It was over at the 67s. Now we're about 20 points higher at the 88s. Finding a little bit of a bottom, a little bit of support here at the 280s, 220s, 270s, I mean 227s. 21 270s, geez. Shorting here on the below, taking a retest of the EMA for a short is an option, but because, like I said, we don't know that we couldn't retest this previous high before looking lower, it's not exactly what I'm... Not high probability. Depending on the aggression of this, we might be looking for VWAP instead of this entry here, but we'll see. 220. Definitely feel like VWAP being so close is a little bit of an concern. Higher time frame participants like VWAPs. But yesterday I was saying that too, and we never got it. We stayed away from it by slightly, so before continuing higher. Another little wick, another little sign that they're trying to hold here. 250s. Got a flash into the 50s. Buyers brought it back up. Like I said, this kind of looks a lot like yesterday so far. If we're not able to get a dip into the VWAP. Excuse me. I apologize. Another decent little wick at the bottom here. Just showing you that buyers are liking this previous price here, which isn't even an intraday level yet, so not an intraday level. If we can get back above the EMA, back with a closure above the 90s, I'll probably be longing for a break of the high. Otherwise, we're still looking for our pullback into these 20s. Eyes feel dry. Right now it's pretty sideways. VWAP still slowly curling. The more we do this, the more I'm anticipating a VWAP try. The more I'm anticipating a potential VWAP try. We are holding this previous wick. If we can't get below this wick here on this candle and we base another little wick, again, we're looking for longs. It's kind of a closure above the 90s. Volume is slowing up on the sell-off no matter what. Forming a bit of a bull flag. Got a nice pull. Sending triangle. We want to see something that makes sense. Like, truly, this 27s is a little bit more sense than the 20s, but we're going to be patient. If this can't get below here, that's going to be its own little indicator for what I'm looking at. Not really the close I'm looking at. Looking for. Kind of could still see some selling here. We're probably not going to be too too safe to keep our order here. It's kind of like what you were saying, Tim. We probably should just let this come into one of these ranges, find where it wants to bounce, and then look for a retest on it. Look for a retest on it. We're holding this bottom here still. If this can get back above the EMA, we'll take a long. If we can get a closure above the 90s, 290. But until that happens, we're looking for a pullback. All right. Yeah, we're going to cancel our order. Because we are going to let this come in here, show us where it wants to bounce from. Never just bounces once and goes. So we're going to get a test of a price. Maybe these 228s, maybe the 220s, maybe VWAP at the 190s, which probably will keep curling up by the time we get there. And once that happens, we will likely get a reaction, a slight little retest, and then from there we can take our position, which is what Tim was saying. With the volatility right now, it's not really in our favor to be holding limit orders, trying to front run levels. We swept this bottom, but now we're pushing back into it. Very tempted here to take a long, but I know it's not ready yet. It's not ready. But man, it's like when you're hungry and you're like, the food's on the stove and you're like, you just want to eat, but it's just not quite ready yet. You know what I mean? You feel me? Here we go. Finally getting a little bit of push. Trying the 240s. This previous bottom was the 229s. Buyers are still here. Every time we're getting any type of a dip, they're reacting. It tastes so much better when it finally hits the plate, though. Like when you're just like so, like you got the grumbles, your mouth's watering, and you just spent that time just smelling it over and over, and then it's just like finally time to feast. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the absolute best. 230s getting a little bit of a push now. Will we find the 227, 228s? This is the top of this little range here where we were considering the option. Boom, there's that range. Sweeping into the bottom. 220s almost just got filled. Did I get the 220? No, 221. 1 point from what we were just looking for a fill. Will we get to the VWAP, or are we going to find some basing here? If we find some reaction here off these 21s and find a little push, then we're looking good. Selling is here right now. We're into the 220s. We would have just got filled on our other position now. Into the 15-minute range. Yeah, if that goes to 246 right now, we would have just dated ourselves out of a past accounts. Yeah, it's 245.75. Oh my god. We would be in pain right now. Flashed it again. Flashed it again. There it goes. Yeah, we took our order off at 220 and it passed. Ugh. Which means this is still a likely trade to hold, though. Ah, but we're below the EMA. I don't love that, but we're still going to take it. Oh, I don't love if we don't get above that, though. Yeah, why'd I just take that off? Get in. Yeah. Oh, we're cooked. Oh, this doesn't feel good, boys. This doesn't feel the way I want it to feel when you want it to feel really good, you know what I'm saying? This doesn't feel bueno. Oh, Topstep. Get it? Because we took off our resting order, Tim. We took off our limit order at 20s. That went to the 46. So that would have passed these accounts. And then we tried to play the retest of it, and then it didn't hold. Definitely front ran it a little bit, though. We got in a little early. I should have been closer towards the bottom of this candle. But I think VWAP is definitely in play now. I'd be looking for a VWAP play here, gentlemen. Oh, that's so... God, it just is annoying. Get it because we had an order at the... Yeah, no, it's fine. It's cool. Saucy. Did you see what happened to me just now, Sauce? We might be getting a pull into the VWAP. Price is slowly just kind of compressing. The low volume into this big range is really honestly quite attractive. I'd be loving to take a long here. We might get one more rip into the VWAP at the 93s or so, but that 220s was the level. That 220s was the spot to be participating in. Got a little ahead of yourself. You felt the FOMO. Felt the FOMO. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I'm not ripping more accounts, Saucy. Gotta go back to work, bub. I have got to return to the work. This bottom did hold, though. It was definitely the 220s. Put our order in too high. What do we get? 224. Yeah, what did I even get a fucking fill in? Entry price. What? 221. So no, I didn't get ahead of myself. It was actually just... What did I just take off? Damn it. $221 is where we got in. we got in right here at 21 and it goes down to 11. Dude, what the exit price is 10.50? $12.50. 11.25. Am I seeing this wrong right now? What? Trades. Entry price was 20. So then, yeah, it should have been 11. Our exit price should have been 211. It said we got to fill at 210.50. And price never even got to 210.50. Am I tripping? Bro. Or if you waited 2 more minutes, we created a flat bottom, you get in that bottom and bang. Yeah, dude, I think I honestly, yeah, well, liking the way I'm seeing it. Read it well. I don't even know truly how we got cooked on that. We got a 221 fill, so we got in at 221.50. You probably have overage for your first loss. Yeah, because I mean, it says though that my exit price was 10.50, 210.50. We never even got to 210.50. The lowest of this candle right here, the very low, is 11.25, which technically is still a quarter of a point below where I should have been out. So I can't really be upset. But yeah, we had the right spot, gentlemen. We had the right spot. I guess we were just literally a quarter of a point early. And we should have just held our limit order. Actually, not really. I don't like that. The limit order was not the play. Definitely getting the retest of the range was the play. We just, I mean, that's trading. We got cooked. Quarter of a point stopped us from being a part of that move. But it is what it is. We will be back tomorrow, Gentlefish. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Good luck on the charts. Make some moolah. And if you zoom way in, the 1050 was the literal bottom. Laugh my ass off. Of course it was. Of course it was, because Tyler got kicked. Tyler got kicked. Woo, Tyler got kicked. And we return tomorrow, where hopefully we don't get cooked. And cooked by a fraction of a motherfucking point when we were right there ready to make some money. Nah, you reset 59.11 type shit. 59.11 type shit. Oh. Sylvain, did you just see what happened, brother? Sylvain, we were off by, I don't even know. Fart. Yeah, you're right. The more you zoom in, that's disgusting. We got cooked by just the smallest hair. Go get that winning day real quick. Winning day in 30 minutes is so easy. Go get that winning day real quick. You guys are not helpful. I have... Oh, no, I can't. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Pass him tomorrow, then crank on Monday. This is the worst influence. This chat is trying to get me to blow money. I cannot. I have to return to my slave shackles and go put scissors in my hands and do that thing. No, we did what we had to do today. We showed up. We tried. Our first trade. What was my first trade? Shorting. Oh, no. We were going for the long here. And we got cooked by like 20 points on this pullback here, on this wick. We got long on the VWAP here, and then the wick stopped us out and then carried higher. So we got cooked right there, and then we got literally a fucking half a point cooked. Nah, you're quitting anyways. Move into the house in a week. It's only 250. That's the point. I don't have a job, and it is 250. 2 big problems. Nah, it's not. We already did it. We already did it. We already did what we were supposed to do today. Both tries, we got cooked in the cooker there. Cooked in the cooker there. We got, again, 20 points wrong. This candle, I mean, that's It was a little early of a trade. I think we got, yeah, 43. We took a trade before even the first 15 minutes, so not super crazy to be stopped out by 20 points in the first 15 minutes. And then over here, this one's actually painful, but it is what it is. You're a sleeper. I didn't know you were so soft, dude. Ow, ow! I didn't know I couldn't get it. No softies in the crib. Weird smelly smells. Weird smelly smells is the market kicking me in the cooker there by me taking off my order at 20, it working. Then we put another order at 21 and we get kicked out by a half a point. That is what smells so smelly. That is the type of smelly smell that smells smelly. Yo, no, but I really love you guys. Appreciate you hanging out. 5911 to my squad. Timothy, you're not trading right now. Saucy, hope you have a good rest of your day. Sylvain, good luck, brother. Make some money today. Don't, good luck. I'm going to say it here. I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe if you hate it. And we'll be back tomorrow doing it one more time. We'll be back tomorrow doing it one more time. I'm trying to make some money. Even though... Oh, this is actually pretty decent price action too. I'm kind of upset about it. Decent little hold on the VWAP after sweeping previous day low. Find some support. Push higher. Find a bottom. It's all pretty decent. My friends are trolling me right now. So it's my time to get out of here. I appreciate you guys. Take it easy. And...